the switch did not flick. That did not flick. In the last video, as you might have heard from the title, this is another entry in the Nothing to Something series. The switch that was in my brain, it did not flick. Excuse me. And I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. So I haven't recorded in a while. I do miss it dearly. That's why I'm back. So I think the last time I recorded was mid-March, and it's now May. So been a little while. I'm gonna get back on it because I want to. I feel like I need to. I do enjoy it. My channel has been getting consistently more views. Still low views, but it feels like the audience that I have is pretty tight. So that's good. I want to keep that. I need to do a better job of interacting. Anyway, I've been a little short on time. I'm getting back into it, though, I promise. So basically, what's happened since the last time I recorded, I worked a lot of overtime. I got sick. Then I went on vacation. And then I got sick again. Now I'm here. And I'm still a little sick. You might have noticed me coughing. I still have like a perpetual cough. It's kind of worrying. But I'll touch back on that in a second. Also, the product of my vacation was actually that I'm in a relationship with the woman that sparked this channel. Once more. Which is interesting. I thought about it a lot. You know, that was the thing I did a lot of thinking about and dedicated a lot of time to. And, well, yeah. That's a whole nother story. I might do its own video. Anyway, the half marathon I was planning on running in about a week and a half now. I don't think I can do that, and partially because I'm being a pussy, but also because I have an injury that I acquired before I went on vacation, hiking through Appalachia, and it hasn't healed. I have an injury to my hip, where I get a sharp pain in my hip with extended stress, and I really don't want to make it worse, and I have health insurance now, so I'm going to go to the doctor to make sure I'm okay. But that's okay. One of my goals, I think I said it on this channel, but one of my goals this year is to run a half marathon. And I still have one more opportunity to do that without traveling in December, which is a great timeline too, I feel. So not too worried about that, but I'm a little disappointed. But there is a silver lining to that, and that is that when I return from another vacation I'm going on in a couple days, I'll have a perfect opportunity to start excuse me, my weight loss, which I'm very excited to document, because the way that I like to eat to lose weight and the way that is good for running is quite contradictory. I don't like to eat carbs. Carbs just make me hungry. So I usually cut that out if I'm trying to slim down some. Of course, if you're running, you need carbs. So, yeah. In other news here recently, I've really been slipping on my habits, like my habit tracker. I haven't even made one for the month of May, and we're 8 days into it. I kind of just want to focus on a couple core things, not overload myself with habits. I think maybe that'll make me a little better. Life feels so good when you just simplify it, is what I've noticed over the past few weeks. I haven't stressed about being like the best, like on top of everything. You know, it's been really nice when I just take a step back, and maybe that's good for a while, but ultimately I do want to make some progress in my life. You know what I'm saying? So maybe if I just cut back a little bit and just focus on a few core things, and that'll be like getting a good schedule. Part of that's waking up. I want a good schedule. I want to get my diet in check and increase my physical activity. That's it. Those are the only 3 things I'm ever concerned about when it comes to tracking my habits. When I was on vacation, I also spent a lot of money. And, you know, it was pretty nice. And I think it was fairly well earned. I wasn't able to pay off much debt last couple months, but that's because I was spending it. You know, that I'll own that. And it was fun. I think I'm pretty good, pretty set to continue forward now. Um and the past few weeks also I've had this thought that self-improvement is kind of pointless because I've been so like stress free, just happy. I have time. Really, that's the big thing, is that I have time to do things that I enjoy when I'm not on doing all the little self improvement habits. Um, but something I've noticed, I don't know if it's just correlation or causation, is that recently my mental health has been a little uh, in the dumps because I'm not doing those habits. You know what I mean? Like I'm not watching what I eat, so I kind of feel like bloated or fat or whatever. Or I don't make my bed, so when I get in my bed, it's kind of like it doesn't feel as comfy. I'm sorry if you hear my cat. I have the door closed, and that's not something she approves of. Um, Things like that. When I eat the shit food, I feel like shit. Well, at least sometimes. McDonald's is spectacular. Um, Summing everything up, before my cat barges into my room, my little office here. I think things are on the up and up. I haven't been as disciplined as I would like. I've just had a lot of stuff going on, and I think that's the story of life. But I don't think that slipping is a bad thing. Like, I don't think I expect to just do this overnight. I think it's a process, and I have nothing but time. At least I hope so. So thank you all for sticking around. 7 minutes. That's perfect. That's exactly the timing that I was hoping for. So I love the community I fostered. Thank you so much. See you soon.